Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So joining in live for Facebook. I hope that you are waiting for this to make it happen. So all excited guys, all excited to see you. I hope that you are joining in from different parts of the districts and states of India. So let's actually get live guys. Let's actually get live. So let's keep waiting in. So let everyone join in and we are going to get started in a moment. So this is going to be really awesome guys. So I'm all excited for today's amazing session, right? So let's get started. Right? So let's get started. So I hope that I think if you are joining in, just type it down, guys. Your name, right? So where are you joining in from? I'm going to see where are you joining in from, and just type it down your name and where are you joining in from. Just type it down. Where are you joining in from? Just type it down. Just type it down. Where are you joining in from? Just type it down. Where are you joining in from? So if it is actually happening in the right way, so just let me know. If it is happening in the right way, just let me know. So it's happening. Yes, I can see thumbs ups happening. Yes, fantastic guys, fantastic. Good. So thank you everyone for joining in for the live. So I can see there are people joining in from different parts and different districts. Yes, I can see Sindhu from Bangalore, Abhishek Rathod from Koppala, fantastic. Arshadas from Hosnagara, Apeksha from Bhadravati Shumoga. So Encraft Maker, Ifsha from Belavai, fantastic Ifsha. And I can see Inchara from Karkala, fantastic Inchara. Right, so Prathamesh from Udupi, fantastic Prathamesh. Very excited to see you all joining in. I'm getting the energy now. This is really first time we are doing it on the page, and thank you so much for supporting, guys. Yes, Jason from Bangalore, fantastic. Jason joining in from Bangalore, fantastic. Just type it down. Where are you guys coming in? If possible, push on the buttons of thumbs ups and hearts as much as possible. I'm very happy to see everyone. Yes, Nandana from Karkala. Yes, fantastic. From Bangalore, we have people from Bangalore joining in. Karkala, Shivamogga, Rohit from Andhra Pradesh, fantastic. Rohit joining in from Andhra Pradesh, fantastic. Shreyas joining in from Udupi, fantastic. Very happy to see you all making it happen for this amazing live session, guys. So we are going to make this day wonderful for you guys. Make sure that the next few minutes that what we are going to spend it together, we are going to make it really wonderful for all of you. Deepak from Karwar, yes, fantastic. Deepak Naik from Karwar, fantastic. So people are joining in from different districts in Karnataka as well as from Andhra, Kerala, various places. Yes, so Kanjana from Shivamogga, guys, your messages are coming in here. So keep engaging like this. So we are going to make it much more engaging, guys. Very happy to see Dikshit Kyar from Belur. Fantastic, Dikshit. Very happy to see you all here. Vikas from Tumkur, fantastic Vikas. So if possible, keep sharing this with your friends as well. The reason is because the content and the value what people are going to get here is going to be really awesome, right? And the objective here is that so we are in a crisis time as a nation, right? And the youths needs to step up the game. And my objective of this particular day today is to actually empower the youths, right? So enable them and educate them what are the right practices that they can do in order to actually get forward in life, right? So I always say this to my students and all the people. Let's make this proud again, guys. Let's make this proud again. So that is the main objective, that what we need to have it together here as we are joining in. Yes, I can see Anand joining in from Karwar, fantastic guys. So looking at the people joining in from different places, very happy to see you. Lakshmish from Udupi, fantastic. Lakshmish from Udupi, good, fantastic. So amazing possibility is happening here. Karthik from Mangalore, fantastic. Ashlyn from Mangalore, fantastic. Ashlyn from Mangalore, fantastic guys. So today is the day where we are going to actually have in a lot of goodies, lot of gifts, a lot of things happening in this way. So let's get started. As people joining in, just keep on typing it down. Chaitanya from Tumkur, so keep on typing it down. Where are you joining in from? So we will also go with the content as well for the day. So as we get started today with today's very important session, so let's get started. So specifically, so today is about, so how do we actually become independent, right? So how to become independent before you turn, so 25. So how do you become independent before you turn 25? That's going to be really awesome session that what we are going to have it. So let me just fix my things here, just a minute. So keep typing it down, guys. Where are you joining in from? Keep typing it down. Where are you joining in from? Keep typing it down. So that's going to be encouraging here to support everyone. That's going to be really encouraging to support everyone. So let's move forward. Yes, fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Yes, just a minute. So I'm getting my slides in here. Can you see my slides? If you can see my slide, just type it yes in the comment box if you can see my slides. Yes, Rakshita from Shumoga. If you can see my slides, just type it yes, guys. Yes, fantastic, guys. So let's get started. So how to become independent before you turn 25, right? So it's a very important thing. So the main objective of today's session of the Facebook Live is to actually help you understand about how to become independent before you turn 25, right? So what is that exact thing that what you need to be doing? So we are going to discuss today about why, what, and how, right? So what is that specifically that you need to be understanding as we move forward in this journey? Let's get started, right? So a very big thank you, guys. You are joining in from different parts of Karnataka as well as different parts of India. So very happy to see you all here making it happen for this amazing session. So thank you so much, because you could be doing something else today, but you have committed your time for this. I'm going to make sure that you get a lot of value in this particular session. And as we move forward, so I want to actually set the objectives and expectations right. So in this particular journey today, what we are going to learn is on three important things. So I'm going to share you the three important breakthroughs that happened in my life, which is a very important event that actually shaped me to actually get the life where I was able to become independent before 25. That's the one thing that what we are going to understand about three breakthroughs, that which is going to help you in your life as well. What is that exactly what you need to be doing in order to make it happen? The second thing that what we are going to learn about, what are the six focus areas? What are the six focus areas that you need to be focusing on in order to become independent? And third one that what we are going to go forward is on blueprints, right? So what are the important things that you should be doing? So as I said initially, we are going to go with why to become independent. The second thing is what is that you need to be doing, and the third thing is that how to do it. So let's get started. Okay, so as we move forward, so let me give a brief background about who is this person coming live and supporting here. So I'm the author of the two best-selling books, Why Being Independent is Awesome and X Money Secrets. So currently have authored two best-selling books, recognized as an authority in making individuals independent, and have more than 7 independent systems and impacted over more than 35,000 plus people across the country. So thank you everyone for joining in from different parts. So I'm very happy, and it's a blessed to be a blessing. So these are the current things that are already happening, awards, recognitions. So this is actually where I always say thank you so much, universe. I would like to actually say this to universe as well, because universe chose me to be that instrument, and I'm always grateful and thankful for that. So because I always say this, universe use my body, mind, emotion, and energy as the tool of instrument to serve as many people as possible. And whenever I got certain things in my life, I want to make sure that as many people as possible also receive the same kind of blessing in their life as well, right? So one thing that I always teach people about is that to become independent, so it's very important that we understand the lifestyle based system. Like, how many of you are coming here to become independent? Keep typing it down, independent, in the comment box. I want to see independent, being independent. Just type it down in the comment box, being independent, being independent. Yes, fantastic. I can see a lot of you typing it down, being independent. Yes, absolutely, right? So that is very important thing that we all need to actually make sure that we focus on becoming independent. That is the goal, right? And to do that, many of us actually focus only on career based goals, but a lifestyle based system goes with building various systems. You can see there lot of systems. So you focus your lifestyle first, and then you focus on various systems building around it, which are going to be feeding to each other systems, right? So this is something that I have something for people who are going to stay till the end. You're going to receive this amazing program. Usually people pay for this particular program as $97. You're going to get this as a gift if you stay till the end. So there will be a team who is going to actually send the link below in the comment box. They are going to share it, like if the team is actually handling this, kindly share the link right now itself. You can actually get the link as well at the end. So make sure that you actually fill that so that you get this particular amazing program. There are 13 module program that has been completely designed to help people get this amazing value as well, right? So in the membership platform, you're going to get this as well, right? So first question that I have, right? So before we actually get started in being independent, like many of us have this, right? So how many of you want to work in these kinds of companies? Like if you are in the age background of 18 to 25, so we all actually dream to work in these companies, or we actually have the dream of building companies like this, right? So one or the other way. But I agree that one more kind of category people of youths are going to be like this, like me, right? I was absolutely like this. Like if somebody asked me like, do you want to work in companies like MNC companies, top-notch companies like that? I wouldn't be having any answer. Or if somebody asked me, do you want to actually build great systems, great startups and stuff like that? I did not have any idea, right? So let me actually honestly accept it. I was completely dumb, right? So I was not knowing that what is that I want to do in my life. No idea what I'm actually doing at that particular time when I started my journey, right? So this is the very important situation that most of the youths go today. And I understood that once I actually make it happen, I'm going to make sure that many people get supported as well on this particular journey, right? So that is where one thing that during that time, these are the particular things that I started understanding, which was a bit scary for me, but I started understanding if I can actually fix myself and take things forward to the next level, I also want to support as many people as possible in this journey as well. So today, this is the real-time market scenarios. Like if you understand this, 94% of the IT graduates in India are not fit for hiring, because my journey started like I wanted to become independent, because I do not want to go in a place where when I go into shopping mall, right? So I do not want to actually look into the amazing cloth, but I see that price tag. Oh, I do not have what it takes to actually buy that. So that is dependent life, right? So it is restricting life. Or you go to a hotel, right? So instead of seeing the left side items, you start seeing the right side, because that does not matches your pocket, right? That is not the life that what we wanted. So I knew that. So in order to break through all of this, and also win over in the market and support as many people as possible, lot of things has to be done. So when I was in second year, when I actually look into all these particular things, so I understood that there is something that needs to be done, right? So I was an engineer and electronics and communication engineering, but no clarity what needs to be done, right? So I was like that person, no idea what needs to be done. I started seeing more and more statistics like this, and today after the pandemic, the situation has been much more worse when it comes to job market, right? So many have lost their jobs. They're not understanding what needs to be done. During this time, I thought, okay, one thing my mentor told me is this, okay, if you are given with problems initially first, so make sure that you solve that so that you can actually share it with as many people as possible and serve them as well in their journey, right? So this is where I started understanding the biggest challenge what people are going through is skill gap. So even I understood that when I was going through my engineering life, lot of exams after exams, everything I was actually scoring well, but I was not understanding how to build skills. What are all the skills to focus on? What is that clarity, right? So that is where I understood even higher education. What is it about that I can do when it comes to higher education? 90%, 93% of MBA graduates are unemployable. Problems with management education in India, right? Specifically, there was a challenge when it comes to what needs to be done. Underemployment, unemployment, right? So don't know what exactly to be done. So underemployment means even though we have qualified people, but they are not getting the deserved paycheck on a month-to-month basis, right? So this is what we have heard in our life from our parents, that get good grades, get good marks, and get settled in life. That is when you will be having amazing life, right? So but that did not work out to be true in many people's cases, right? Just getting grades today is not enough. We got to do so many things that I came to realization when I started meeting my mentors, right? So I understood something needs to be done. So I started seeing things like a mechanical engineering, becoming an auto driver, people not understanding, like people living a dependent life. They want to break through it, but they do not know how. And this is the situation currently, India being the highest populated country with the highest number of youths. So if we are like clueless, right? So something like this, what is actually happening today is that if you take your hands like this and put it like this, what do you see? You cannot see anything, right? It is completely blank, right? So can you see anything? No, you cannot see anything. So when there is no direction, right? When there is no direction, what happens is we either get into distraction, right? We get it like this, get into distraction, right? Or we get into depression like this, right? So that is where we need direction, because Kuempu earlier used to say this, like ಹಿಂದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಗುರು ಇದ್ದ ಮುಂದೆ ಗುರಿ ಇತ್ತು ಹೊರಟಿತ್ತು ರಣಧೀರರ ದಂಡು ಇಂದು ಹಿಂದೆ ಗುರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ಗುರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಟಿದೆ ಕುರಿಗಳ ಹಿಂಡು, right? So which means that this is exactly how it is happening. It's very important. I understood that I need a guru and I need a guri, right, which is goal and mentor, right? So I started looking into the statistics. If you look into the statistics today, the total AICT approved colleges is 10,400, and the employability factor today, right, so it's 35 lakh 52,000 total intake, right? So in every colleges, but if you see the placement ratio was 6,59,177. This is all some cutouts from various different news channels, right? So I was like, what? So this is really really scary for me, right? So today Indian youths are becoming underemployed, unemployed, and we see into only 1% success what people get into more than 10 lakhs job, because the average package, whether you are an BCom, MCom, MCA, MBA, various things, it's going to be 3 to 5 lakhs today, right, per year, right? And that is where I understood, no, there are a lot of things that needs to be done in that particular area, but I did not knew how. So that is where it was next level, like, because if you understand this, jobs expected to be affected due to automation. So 70 to 75% of jobs in 2022 would require new skill sets. So we are not far away, right? So because everything is actually getting into automation, new technologies are progressing, and this is actually from Nandita Gujar, who was the former HR of Infosys. No progress in engineers employability in the past 4 years. So nothing is happening. So people are just studying, mugging it out, get the scores, not able to get the job, not knowing what to do. So this was very, very important. So I understood this, what is actually happening right now. In 1947, what was happening is that fight is for geographical independence. Lot of people fought for geographical independence. We wanted that geography, right? So we were being ruled by Britishers, enslaved by them. But today the fight is not for geographical independence. The fight is for individual independence, right? And today's youth has to come up. Today I have seen people doing gossips here and there, watching WhatsApp, YouTube, right? So simply going on various things, right? So only thing that today, not to actually tell everybody, but there are very few people who actually do that as well, right? So gossiping around, pulling the legs around, right? So it's very important that today's youths get the direction, right? Not the distraction or the depression. So we require that divine flow to flow through us to get that direction, right? So I was waiting for that moment. So what is that moment? Where is my mentor? So because one thing I understood, that when you are ready, your mentor will arrive. But the thing is that this is a very important question for everybody here who are watching this in Facebook Live. So when it comes to becoming independent, so are you interested, curious, or committed to go all in? That is a very important thing, right? So many people are just curious to become independent or interested to become independent, right? So but one thing I understood, that if you are curious and interested, you cannot become independent. You got to be committed and going all in. Just type it down, your answer. So are you curious, are you interested, or are you committed to go all in? So that is a very important thing that we need to actually look into. If you are like that, right, so committed and go all in. Let me actually give you some examples. What does that mean by committed and going all in means by, right? So what does it mean to go all in, right? See, this is actually not going all in. This is half committed, right? So just doing with whatever we can actually do about it. But this is going all in. Going all in means making it happen, right? So doing whatever it takes to make it happen. So when you want to really become independent, you have to go all in, involve, right? So only if you involve, you will evolve. If you do not involve, you cannot evolve, right? What does it mean to go all in? So this is not going all in, right? Somewhat. This is what going all in means, right? So it's funny, but that's what it means, right? So going all in to make it happen. So this is what Tony Robbins says, right? So one of my greatest mentor. So if you want to take the island, burn your boats, right? So it's very important when you want to take over that something, when you want to actually dominate, create something more, you got to go full on. So 100%, right? Like for example, if you want to take off in aeroplane, right, you cannot give 90% throttle. What will happen? 90% throttle, poof, comes down, right? It has to be 100% throttle, only then it takes off, right? So that is very, very important in life as we move forward in this journey, right? So today what is actually happening is that traditional education, model, right? Like if you see the traditional education model when it comes to what is that, like, because I always had this question that India being the highest populated country with largest number of youths with lot of educational institutes, but one thing that I understood that, like, why is that we having more engineers? Do we have more problem solvers or problem creators in the world or in the nation, right? So I know for sure your answer would be problem creators. Why is it so? Even though we have lot of educated people coming out from various different universities and different programs, but why do we have more problem creators in the nation? But India being the largest, India being a nation with lot of problems, but it's very important that youths take up this saying that no, I got to change it, I got to make it happen. But the problem with the educational model today is that youths go with clueless, right? So not knowing what is that we need to be doing. So this is exactly what my situation was in 2013, right? So what actually happened is that study, right? So we get grades, but even at the end, what will be happening? Even at the end of graduation, will be like a failure. So we do not wanted this to happen, but I foresaw that when I was in my second year, and I wanted to break through that, right? So I do not wanted to actually just go through this, but I wanted to complete my engineering, but I also wanted to do something more. And this is the message for today people, right? So if you want to become independent before you turn 25, it's very important that you do something really great from now, right? To do something great was yesterday was the best time. If you haven't done that something yesterday, today and now is the best time. If you consider that something great, so just type it down now. So if you want to take action in your life, it should be now. I'll tell you, like, see, what is happening today is that today's youths are being like this, right? So if you see a lot of seeds there, it's on the concrete floor. If I actually put water to this, do you think it will grow? No, it has a potential. Youths have potential today. We have a lot of energy. We have time. We have what it takes, but we require direction and that flow, and we require that mentorship, right? So that is where I understood we require that right environment, right? So that is exactly changed in my life in terms of making progress. So it's very important during this particular time. So if you put water onto this, it will not grow. If you give sunlight to this, do you think it will grow? The seeds? No, right? But banyan seed is very small, but can you see banyan tree inside of that? You may not see that, but it has a potential of becoming a banyan tree and supporting as many people as giving shelter to as many birds and as many people as possible. It can become really big. So there is always a hidden potential within you as well, but it has to be explored. For that, it has to have a right environment. When you get a right environment, the possibility is going to be really huge. Do you agree with that? If you agree with that, just type it agree in the comment box. Just type it agree in the comment box, right? It's very important. Today, youth needs to get that environment to grow forward. And I actually share with you, like, how did I actually found that? Like, because people think, like, being independent means I want some formula, some strategy, some methods. One thing that what you have to understand, I learned from my mentor, is 80% of being independent is psychology. 20% is strategy, right? If you do not understand this, you are not understanding the whole thing. Right? So it's very important that 80% is psychology and 20% is strategy. I understood that a lot of inner work has to be done. Okay, you have to get that inner independence so that you can get the independence in the external world. You have to do something below the ground, right? So which is roots. Only then you can have amazing visible fruits. Many people want fruits. Where is my fruit? Show me the fruits, right? So, but it's very important that we understand, hey boss, it's very important you work so within you, right? So work on the roots. Only then you can actually have amazing fruits, right? So that is very important as we move forward in this particular journey, right? So this is me. Okay, this is me in 2013, 10 days before joining engineering in a temple. So this is what we usually do, right? So devre kapadapa, right? So this is me. So not knowing what to do, I'll tell you my situation exactly in 2013. So my situation was like this. I was having a lot of fear of failure, right? So because we always have this, like, what if I do this and fail? What if I do that and fail, right? So fear of rejection, fear of what other people think about me, or fear of success. Like, can I actually make it happen? Can I actually stay there, right? Going there and staying there, right? So this is a problem that we usually as youths face. And this is one more problem, right? So it was totally complex. Like, what is that exactly needs to be done? And that is where people actually find out reasons here, there, everywhere. No, you got to stick on to a mentor, start getting the direction and start taking action. I understood that in the later part of my life. But initially I understood that, hey, So this is too much of confusion, fear of failure, all these things. This was the journey that I was going through in 2013, right? Before starting my independent journey. Or it was like during that time, it was like, should I choose that path? Should I choose this path? Should I take this one? Right? Because everybody tells you so many different things and you do not even understand what is that you need to be doing, right? This was the situation. And not only that, so it's about what other people think about you. In 2013, this was like, oh my God, if somebody says something. But one thing that I understood something from my mentor, right? So you got to look in the eyes of people and tell them who you are. If they don't like it, it is their mental projection, right? So, and one thing that I understood that is that, so you always have that 1%, like for example, if you see that Lifebuoy advertisement or a Head and Shoulder advertisement, right? So they actually show that 1% Ketanu will be always there. So you will have that 1% of people who always actually pull your legs and do things. You should not get all worried about that. You should be always focusing on how can you actually keep on serving and supporting as many people as possible, right? So that is what I understood this in my life in the early time. And these are all very, very important, guys, to actually get the inner strength, right? Because external strength, external capabilities can be developed, but internally you got to be very, very strong. Only then you will be able to face life the way it is. That is when you will be doing tremendous magic and possibilities in life. I understood that, right? So it's very important. Ultimate clarity needs to come within. Ultimate strength needs to come within. That is where truly you can become independent. And people say like, so like for example, like the youths today, if you say that internal success that you have to have, few people understand that, few people do not understand that, right? They think something they have to do externally in order to become independent. First thing is internal world, right? So that is where I understood that all of this, otherwise what will happen? You might get success, but you will not sustain. If you are just improving your external capabilities, you might get success. You might get success, but you cannot sustain and scale from there, right? So this is what was the situation in 2014. I was an introvert. You can see there, no energy. That was the situation. But when everybody is actually enjoying, I was an introvert, not knowing what to do in life. I was always thinking, you cannot do it, you cannot do it, right? Or I was lazy like this, right? So because, as I said, when there is no direction, what we'll be doing is the distraction. This is what is happening today with the youth. When there is no direction, we keep on looking here and there, right? But sometimes what will happen, parents are very, very strict in certain people's life. So what do? They also put like this, like a kudre gala, right? So this is also closed, this is also closed. When there is no direction, when there is no distraction, like 6 o'clock last time, like you should not be using your mobile phone, you cannot go out with your friends, like this. They also close it like this and this. Both are closed. Then depression is the only way. That is how you're going to be depressed, right? So that is where I understood, no. So this is where I have actually experienced how it feels like, right? Going through all these particular challenges and problems, right? But I really loved this story. So I thought today I will share this story, right? This is something like a turning point in my life as well. So if you understand this story, you will understand something really powerful. May 6, 1965, Roger Bannister, right? So he was the first person to actually break the 4-minute mile. So in a minute. So nobody have actually done that. Everybody thought for decades it is impossible to break that 4-minute mile record, right? But Roger Bannister on May 6, 1965, he broke that record. And do you know what actually happened, right? So till that time people thought impossible. Hey, who will actually break that? For decades, for more than 10 years, nobody did that. They thought humanly it is impossible to break such a record. But do you know what actually happened? Record lasted just for 46 days. John Landy, one more person who actually broke that record only in 46 days. And the question to you here is that what actually got the energy for John Landy to break that record only in 46 days? For decades, nobody broke it. And after that, many people started breaking that record as well, quickly, like this, like this, like this. Till that time, nobody was thinking it is possible. But you know what actually is the possibility of human being? Is we require hope. That somebody can do it, I too can do it. And once that belief comes in us, then things start happening. The reason why I actually did this Facebook Live is that because one thing I know, more you share, more you care, right? So more you get from the universe to give more and more, right? And that is the reason why I do not want let this, whatever the experience that I have got in my life, to stop here. I want to actually share it with as many people as possible. Like how can we actually serve and support as many people as possible, so that somebody right? So somebody like John Landy will come, and like that many more people will start coming in, and many more people start doing this record. And I'll tell you one thing. So in 2014, someone was Roger Bannister for me, right? So what actually happened? Event number one, 4-minute mile was broken for me initially. This is a very important thing. I shared you today that I'll be sharing you 3 events that changed my life to become independent, and I'm going to share you the 6 focus areas that you need to be focusing on to become independent. And I'm also going to share with you today about the blueprints, saying that what is that you need to be doing exactly, what are the different vehicles that you should be focusing on to become independent as well. So the event number one for me, it was broken. This is the event, 20th September 2014 in Bangalore, right? So what actually happened is that I was very fortunate enough to actually get into this particular program by my father. So because he said, so because when I was in my 10th and 12th, the only friends I used to have is my books, right? So I used to read a lot of books. He used to get a lot of books, success people books, like how to become successful, all of this, right? So I initially built that habit. And as I said, I was introvert. And the only friends I had at that time was books, right? So I used to read books. And one day he said, when I was in my second year of my engineering, he said, Kirtan, this event is happening. 20th September 2014. So would you like to join in? Where Robert Kiyosaki is coming live. I used to read Rich Dad Poor Dad books when I was in my 12th, right? 10th, 11th, 12th. And he said, wow, fantastic. He's coming live. So we are going to meet him live. So that's going to be really, 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 really awesome. So I said, definitely I'm coming. And that is my life-changing day. 20th September 2014 was my life-changing day. I'll tell you why. Okay, so that is the day when all the things have started changing, right? I never thought, looking back right now, 6 years from there, right? So can this be life like this? Wow, fantastic feeling to actually experience this. So this is an event. It actually happened in Bangalore in White Orchid, right? And we were somewhere around the back out there with me and my dad. Okay, and to share a little background about my family, so we come from a middle class family. My dad's education is only 10th standard and my mom's is 9th standard. The only desire that they had is that they need to make me educated, right? So they need, this is the usual Indian traditional orthodox family kinds of mindset, right? So they wanted me to actually learn more, grow more. But when I actually saw him sitting next to me, so he understand little bit English and this like that, but he was very keen on supporting me because he understood that in my eyes that I was not having clarity, don't know what to do next, no direction. For a distraction, like I did not have any friends to actually go out and do things like that. Depression, yes, I was in depression kind of stuff because a lot of therapies has been also done in my 12th in terms of like how I was feeling within myself as well, right? But later I actually understood it was actually where I was doing self introspect, like why am I here on this planet Earth? What is that purpose that I have on this planet Earth to serve as many people as possible? Like how can I actually serve, right? So but I did not knew how, I did not knew what, I did not knew why. So that is where this event made a huge difference. He understood one thing: you cannot learn swimming on blackboard, right? Can you learn like if I teach you the angle between the hand and water should be 45 degree, the molecular structure of water is H2O, like this, that type of education. Can you learn swimming as a skill? Definitely not. Same thing is true with success. You cannot learn success on board. You cannot just become something great or something skillful just on board. I understood that you have to learn it from the one who has already done it. So that is where so we had this privilege of meeting Les Brown. His name is Les Brown. He said one thing I really liked so much. He said, you got to be hungry for success, right? If you're hungry for success, just type it down, success, in the comment box. Just type it down, success. And if you love success, start pushing that love button as well. As much of love buttons as possible in terms of making it happen, right? So success, I understood that. Like most of the youth today are hungry for food or hungry for sleeping. We got to be hungry for success. You got to be hungry for success, right? So that is very, very important, right? And if you love success, if you want many people to succeed as well in the nation, because only then we can make this country proud, right? So not pulling our legs we can become successful, but supporting each other, growing together, that is when we can actually become really, really successful, right? So if you agree that, then keep sharing this videos with your friends as well as we move forward in this journey. There are a lot of things to share as I will be moving forward, right? I understood this. You got to be hungry for success. The next man, He was just 27, right? He was just 27. His name is called as Peng Joon, right? In 2014, Peng Joon. He was from Malaysia, right? So I was very fortunate enough to actually have him also as mentor in my journey as I moved forward. When he came in, he said this. I was very, very fascinated. For the first time, I heard this in my entire life. Okay, that is what mentors can do, right? And for the first time, he said, I'll teach you how to make money even when you sleep. I was like, what? How on earth it is actually possible? So how to make money even when you are sleeping, right? So I was like, is it really possible? I was very skeptic in my back of the mind. Is it really possible? But then he shared about certain secrets that I'm going to share with you today, right? So what he said is that one thing that what we have to understand, because one formula that what we get to become successful is get good grades, get good marks, do hard work, and become successful. This is the normal formula that what we receive from everybody, right? Good grades, good marks, and then hard work and successful, right? Get a job and become successful, right? But I understood that this man was explaining something really, really deep, that what not most of the crowd knows about, right? So that is where I actually took some fascination and interest to know something more. If you want to know something about what he shared, just type it down. Want to know, just type it down. Want to know. Yes, fantastic, good. So I also was like that, very curious. Then he actually asked about this. I'm going to give you two examples, okay, where it's already been happening, where people are able to generate money when they're sleeping, right? So consider this. This is a round planet, right? So this is a round planet. But there was a initial system, okay, which was started in US. Okay, it was they are actually selling the retail books. But later what started happening is that they actually started creating an online system, online platform to sell the books, and that got bigger, and they started doing that in an amazing way. Various things they started selling online as a platform. And what actually started happening is that many countries started adapting, and even India adapted that. And do you know what is that system? An online system we adapted to actually purchase various goods and services. If you know that, just type it down in the comment box. He gave that example at that time when it was in 2014, and that system name we all know today, how he became the richest man on the planet Earth. It's Amazon, right? Amazon started like that as a small system in a small place. Then it started creating the magic around the world, right? So selling of products and services online, right? I was like, wow, fantastic, right? And I said, like, how is that they are actually able to generate income? So then he actually answered, right? So in India, when we actually buy things from Amazon, right? So when in India, when it is day, in US it is night, yes or no? And what are they doing in US? They are sleeping, right? Even when they are sleeping, so they are actually generating income, right? Which means that creating an online system where you are able to serve lot of people across the world, and that is the possibility that what you can create building online system. He's the first person to actually show us that building online system is the next way. And today, what has happened today, guys? Digital revolution have started, right? So how are we connecting? It's only because of digital revolution, right? So I never thought that this is something like this could actually happen. Technology can go so fast, right? And he gave a lot of his examples of how his students have actually done that. I was like very fascinated, fantastic. And that is where I started taking the mentorship from a lot of people like this in my journey, right? So I said to myself, if he can do it, then I said I too can do it. He became independent at the age of 27 and did amazing things. So at that time I decided, hey, so I'm still young, I want to learn this. But I could have told, oh, what's there to learn, right? Because he said three dangerous words in English language: I know that, or I know everything. If you have this attitude, you will never grow. So it's very important that we have whatever it takes attitude, right? So not saying that and ready to learn, humble. Okay, so that is where I understood that he had that attitude of whatever it takes and humble and ready to do, make things happen. So I said, if he can do it, I too can do it. So that is where I took the decision and understood, see and believe in the possibility, right? So that is the first principle I learned from that first event, right? So you got to understand that yes, there is a possibility. If I did not believe in the possibility, who would be a loser? I would be a loser. It does not need to do anything, an inch of a difference in his life, right? Today I know Peng Joon amazing success. You should just go and actually watch him out. So amazing success. I'm very very thankful for my mentor. Peng Joon was one of my mentor in the early days of my journey, right? So that is exactly how it started. So from there onwards, I understood. I took the mentorship and I started getting the results. And once I started getting the results, I understood that this is exactly what I need to be doing in my life to do something more and more in my life, right? So two things you have to believe in. Number one is possibility. If you do not believe in the possibility, like for example, think about a seed. When you throw it on the soil, you have to believe in the possibility it will come out. If you are the one person, it will not come out, it will not come out, it will not come out. That's also true. That's what Henry Ford says. So if you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. In both ways, you are right. So which means that you have to believe in the possibility, and then you have to trust in yourself, trust in the process what you are doing. So he taught us a lot of process. Then I trust in the mentors, like whoever actually had the mentorship. So I started trusting in the mentors and I trust in the universe. So in the journey of doing this, it was not like I haven't faced any challenges. I've faced a lot of challenges. But the thing is that one thing I knew is that I know that I got to trust in myself. I got to trust in the process. I got to trust in my mentors, and I got to trust in the universe. Only that has led me to move forward in life. And it's very, very important principle if you can take this forward, right? So event number two. So what is this event number two? So what actually happened with this? So that is where I understood that even though I was going through traditional model of education, I understood that no. Along with this, I also need to invest on my self-education, because Jim Rohn says this: people who invest on self-education create fortune. People who have traditional education just gets into the survival mode, right? So that is where I understood, and I'm very very thankful to this man. He's my dad. So this man changed the direction of my life. He showed me the path. He gave me that direction, possibility, because I'm very thankful to Success Gyan and Success Resources. So that is where my initial journey of me getting forward started. And that is where you can see a lot of mentors there, from Donald Trump to Richard Branson. These are the mentors and coaches of Success Gyan and Success Resources. And when I actually got the privilege of getting training from many of them in that journey, everything started changing, right? I'll share you. So this is what my dad says, and I'll tell you, it was not very easy to actually get the training and coaching from these people. Like for example, Jerry Robert, right? He was into book publishing. Today I'm very very happy to author two books, right? Which is X Money Secrets and Why Being Independent is Awesome, right? Mentorship. Mentors will actually tell you what they have done, how they have done, how they were before, and how they have done it. It makes it very easy, right? It is not like just theory, right? It is practical, right? I learned marketing from Alex Mandossian. I learned training from Blair Singer. I learned about wealth building from T. Harv Eker, right? I learned about success and inner principle from Tony Robbins. Like this, many mentors, right? So many mentors. Peng Joon actually taught me to create systems online. So Courtney Smith started teaching me about trading and investing, right? I learned something really deep down with Rashwin, from Rashwin sir from Malaysia, so from Singapore, right? So from Buffett Online School, trading and investing. So a lot of things started actually happening, lot of mentorship and coaching. And one thing is very very clear, that if you really want to become independent, I'm telling you that it's very easy for me to tell. It's not that easy, right? I do not want to just tell you that it's a cakewalk. So you have to go through a lot of journey of learning, right? So that is exactly how it actually happens. But one thing is very clear: if you learn it from the one who has already done it, you can actually shorten your path, right? And that's what my dad says: I will never create any asset to my son. Instead, I will make my son as an asset, so that he can create as many assets as possible. And today, for me, the asset is helping more people becoming independent. So once they are becoming independent, that is the asset for me, right? So that is exactly how I see me growing in this journey. So these are the mentors who started helping me in the journey: Alex Mandossian, Blair Singer, Brain Tracy, Robert Riopel, Kevin Green, Nick Halleck, Veronica Shiv. So she's the founder of Success Resources. A lot of people actually supported in the journey. I was even Guru Gopal Das sir. So a lot of people, right? So I'm very very thankful. And in the journey, a lot of people have been made a huge tremendous impact. And definitely, if you want to become successful, you need to learn, right? So the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you will earn, right? So this is said by Warren Buffett himself, the third richest man on the planet Earth, right? So it's very very important. The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you learn. And it's true 100%, right? So one thing that what we have to understand, right? So I understood what are the things that actually changed in my life when it comes to my self education. So what are the things that actually changed in my life? I 100% believe my dad was there with me, right, as a support system, right? He's the one person who actually helped me change the direction of my life, getting to the right people, even though he did not understood anything about English or anything, but he made this decision that no, so whatever I have faced in my life, I do not want him to go through that. He has to learn from the one who has already done it. So that is where all the mentorship, support systems, everything started happening. Lot of things has been done. But one thing, as I was saying earlier also in the presentation, he said this: I do not want to create any asset to my son. Instead, I want to create him as an asset, right? Because many of the today's youths have become liability immediately after their graduation, right? So but the parents will create asset for safety, but my dad is like, no, 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 I want to actually support you grow forward. So he did all that, whatever it takes, when I was in actually that confusion state. So what actually happened during that time is supported with lot of mentors and coaches. There is a difference between teachers and mentors. I With all due respect to teachers, right? So teachers are the people who preach things like with theories and stuff like that. It is good, right? It is also very important for us to get the academical knowledge, but mentors are those people who have already done it. Like for example, you cannot learn swimming on board with the teaching. You have to learn it from coach, a swimming trainer, a swimming mentor, right? And that is very, very important. I understood that significant difference in my early days of my life. When I'm not having clarity, it's very important I require mentors and coach in my life. And when I started going through various trainings in the journey, what started happening is that I started understanding that they actually started focusing in the internal world, which is body, mind, emotion, and energy. So that is where you need to actually focus in terms of what is that you need to be focusing on. How can you actually get yourself body, mind, emotion, and energy to the peak state? Right? So that is where the true magic is there in life. If you cannot win the internal world, like for example, think about it. All the four wheels of the cars, if it is not aligned, if it is in different direction, what it will happen? It will go in random direction, yes or no? Right? It will go in random direction. It's very, very important that it is aligned first, and now you give direction to it, it will move. Many of the time what will happen, so you do not even align it properly, then your own body, mind, emotion, energy working against you. So it's very important that you align it properly in the way that you want to go. So that is where I understood that from my mentors. You got to work really deep on your internal world. That is where external success happens. Because till this time, see, for example, when you are a problem to yourself, you cannot solve other people's problem, right? I was a problem to myself during the initial stage of my life. I understood, oh, I got to become a problem solver. For that, I got to work on my body, mind, emotion, energy. Master is somebody who conquer himself first and ready to serve the world, right? So that is exactly how it actually starts. That is when you start working on bigger you. That is the next level of you starts happening. So that is where I understood that. So once you actually start understanding that you have to actually get through all of this, where you work on internal world, then external success becomes easy, right? So if you agree, just type it agree in the comment box, right? So if you work on internal world, external success becomes easy. It is something like this. Think about it. Right now, if you see that question mark as a problem, any problem comes, you have a solution for that. So because you have worked from within, right? Otherwise, you will always see where is the solution, and you get stuck. If the internal world is really, really strong, then the possibility of creating magic in the external world becomes easy, and you become bigger, right? It is like a flower plant. Think about a flower plant. So what you put below is shit, complete shit, smelly, but what it gives is fragrant flower, yes or no? Right? What it gives is fragrant flower. So which means that whatever life throws at us, can we actually make it really beautiful, right? So that is a thing that what we have. So once that actually happens, so you have this mantra, I love solving problem and making a difference in a lot of people life. That is when you build your community. These are very important part in the journey of becoming independent. So if you cannot understand this journey, it's very, very difficult to become independent, right? So you got to have the family support, you got to have mentors and coaches, you got to work on internal world, and you got to build the community, right? So once all of this happens, right, so that is when you focus on the external success factors, which are three key ingredients to become financially independent. That is actually there in the book X Money Secrets, and why being independent is awesome. So if you want to order a copy of that, you can actually go to xmoneysecrets.com and order that. So it's going to be really, really an awesome book. So a lot of people have actually read that and experienced amazing success through that. So not only that, so you will be also getting the blueprint, right? So it's very important. So once the internal success is there, the support system as the bottom is there, then external success principles becomes easy. As I said, 20% is only the external world. So the internal success, the psychology, right, has to be 80%, right? So 20% is strategy. That is how actually we move forward in the journey, right? So now, so event number three. So one thing that I understood when I was actually understood that, so I need the mentorship, coaching, family, and the community. I started building my own community, all of this. But to get started with the community, right, I wanted to start something, but I did not know how. So I was getting the mentorship, I was working on the internal world, but I wanted to start with the community, but I did not know how. Before even building skills, profile, and system, the trigger point for me to work in the external world was this, right? So got the purpose and strength to face a lot of challenges with this. Okay, so immediately when I was actually going through various training programs, what I started doing is that I did not knew what to do, no clarity, right? One thing I understood, the true experience of life comes when you start giving, right? So today we have an amazing community called as BAB stands for being a blessings in other people's life, right? So I actually started my journey when I was nobody, when I did not have anything, no money, nothing, right? But I actually found an amazing joy in this, making it happen. So even though I was going through a lot of, you can actually see me like how I was before, right? So interacting with them, so gave me a lot of confidence in life. Like they were very orphans and they did not have anything in their life, but they're still happy. They still have what it takes for them. Like I asked their goals and stuff like that. It gave me so much strength and energy, saying that if they can do so many things, what are we doing? Right? So that is where I understood in my initial time, like no clarity. If you are like that, give yourself some time to do work in various places, right? So that is where you are going to find that purpose within you. I found that, like, so at this time I was like nobody, nothing is there in my head, but I decided once I become successful, I'm going to make sure that every single month we are going to contribute to these places, and today we are doing that, and I'm very very happy and blessed to do that. Because so it's very very important, right? See, because how far the journey has been into the whole thing. So because initially, this is one more thing, you can actually see me meeting a lot of people and understanding various problems what they are having, just interacting with people, right? So because I wanted to know what is that specifically thing. See, because people say desha suttu kosha vodu, right? So which means that you have to mingle around with people and understand the common problems. And once I understood that, okay, there are a lot of people going through a lot of problems, it's very important duty and dharma that when you are blessed with something, you have to give it to as many people as possible, right? So that is where things started happening. So went to various places, started actually engaging in, so a lot of things started happening, right? So one thing that I understood is that just the glimpse I got, okay, during that time I understood, be successful person to help more people. I understood that I have to become successful to help more people. I wanted to help, that is the purpose I found. I wanted to help as many people as possible, but I cannot help people if I cannot become successful. Which means that my mentor told me this, like, you have to wear oxygen mask first, only then you can actually give it to mask to those people who do not have that oxygen mask, right? And that is very very important, right? So in your life you got to actually, like, you cannot have a hole in your shoes and start helping people. You got to become successful first in order to help as many people as possible. I found that really really important principle. That is when the energy got much more stronger. Right now, three things I already told you guys, three events. First thing is about believing in the possibility. I understood that in the event, something I can do it. Like if this could be an event for you as well, right? You joining in live, so this could be a life changing moment for you as well. So I do not know, right? So my dad always says that, like, your life changing moment can happen at any time. If you believe in the universe, it can happen right now as well, right? So that is very very important. So I understood that this is all the very important things that gave me as a breakthrough: believing in the possibility, taking the support from mentorship, working on community, doing something beyond yourself, right? So many of us, like, if I get a job, that is enough, right? You got to do something beyond. So that is where I understood. I said to myself, if I can do it, then I want to help as many people as possible to achieve the same result. So that is where it started. Immediately after my college, I started the College Innovators Center. So now it has been going like crazy. Right now we have people joining us from 3 different states, from 22 different colleges in the nation, studying and doing amazing practical things as a community, right? So I love the community what we are actually having. So it started in 2017, right? So I was very fortunate when I actually started. The college supported with a time where these are my own lecturers, right? So this was like very very grateful moment, my own lecturers in the college where I was studying from them. But when I started this venture to support and serve as many people as possible, so I got great response from the college. I'm very thankful to the college to supporting me to that level. So we got closer to 2500 square feet space to actually start the innovation center inside the campuses. Today we have two centers in Bangalore and Mangalore as well. Very very happy right now to actually do that. So when I got this, I understood that thank you universe, right? So like how much privilege it is to actually teach or train your own teachers in the school or college, in the engineering college, who actually taught you. Like I showed them the possibility, what we are doing, how we are doing, right? This is crazy. Then a lot of events started happening, like got invited for various things that what we were doing. And then various college, this is actually St. Joseph Engineering College, this is actually at Startup Hack 2018. So various events like this, like this is an amazing premium level program which we did it in a star hotel. Like this is actually in NMIT Bangalore. So we started inspiring various youths, right? So I never thought, a clueless guy, no idea what needs to be done, to actually being an inspiration to many. Never thought, impossible. Guys, those of you who are watching, okay, so I'm telling you guys, I was like that seed on the concrete floor, but my mentor believed. See, I'm telling you, nobody's going to believe. Like if you go and tell you to your friends, they're going to laugh at you, right? I told my friends when I actually got the mentorship, no, the worst thing that you can do when you get a mentor is talking to your friends, because that vibration will not sync, right? Because you are getting a different training and they're from a different training world, right? So I started understanding that, okay, so this is a different frequency. The kinds of friends that I started getting were completely different, right? People who are business owners started becoming the friends, people who are becoming successful started becoming the friends, right? That is where changes started happening. And to my surprise, like I never thought I could write a book, because till fifth standard I was in Kannada medium. I never thought I can actually write something in English, because I was the person who actually cried, right, going to the English medium for the first time. Like, no, 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 mama, I do not want to go. Right, I was comfortable in Kannada, but getting to a level, launching my first book with people coming from IBM, Philips, Siemens, top-notch companies, right? See, many people dream of working in such companies for a package, but launching your own book there, like it's amazing, right? So another book launched in front of 1,000 people. This was like crazy moment. Like it was like bam, right? So in front of 1,000 people launching the X Money Secrets today, thousands and thousands of copies are already sold, and it's been 1 year for this baby right now. Right, it's been 1 year, almost 7 September launch date. If you haven't taken this copy of X Money Secrets, go to xmoneysecrets.com, xmoneysecrets.com, where you can actually avail this. It's going to be amazing book, because I wrote this particular book. The reason is because when I actually met a lot of people in the journey, right, I understood something really great from all the successful people as a pattern, right? As a pattern, I learned a lot of things from them. And the pattern, what I actually learned is that all the successful people have certain principles to follow, right? So you have proven principle. There are 21 secrets that what you will be learning from this, right, book. So what is that you need to be doing in order to make things happen, right? That's going to be really really awesome. Make it happen. So if you haven't have got the copy of that, right? So started meeting a lot of industrial mentors and creating a lot more things. Today I love the community that what we are actually building, having different systems, income, contribution, being a blessings in other people's life. It's like wonderful life, right? So how did it all happen, right? So here is where I want you actually to give more focus right now on. I'm going to tell you the 6 focus areas that you need to be focusing on to become independent, right? So 6 focus areas for you to become independent are this, right? So it's actually focusing on building yourself. This is very very important. That's exactly what I did in my life. Then I started building various skills, right? So started building various different types of skills, like personal skills, professional skills, creative skills, right? So that is where I started getting the opportunity, where we even got fundings from government of Karnataka for one of our system, one of our project, right? That is also because of the skills. Then a lot of profile I started building. Like I started creating something called as profile book. We teach that today in College Innovators University, in College Innovators as a team. So that is where everything started happening, right? So I started building the community, right? And that is when we started building various projects, products, and systems today. So I have more than 7 independent systems actually working today. So very happy to see the progress of all of this. Like, how do we do this, sir? Right? So that is where what we have done is something really, really crazy. For those of you who are joining right now, okay, I want you to actually fill the Google form there, right? So this is a detailed program. It's a 3 hours of program that what we actually did for our paid customers, so which you are going to get this completely for free, right? So just to fill in the form, just for coming in for this live Facebook Live, I'm giving this particular gift that's called as superhero program. You can see all the 13 modules, like so why you need to take the decision, like how to do more in less time, how to build skills where people want to give money to you, how to build a profile that no one rejects, how to get great experience of being an independent individual, how to take help from successful people, how to build and attract growth friends. Any of this is resonating with you, fill the form. So that is where you are going to get this amazing training completely for free, right? So how to use competition and collaboration for your benefit, how being part of international events could help you grow faster, how you are one exclamation system away from your independent life, how to build system that can work for you, all of this. So this is an amazing training. So because anyway it's there, I thought let me actually give it for all my Facebook friends, right? So getting this amazing training, fill the Google form below. So my team will be sending the form again and again. Kindly send it, since it is live, many people will be typing it down. Make sure that you keep sending that link so that people can actually register. Otherwise I'll be sending it back again once this is posted in the link, so that it will be available only for 1 day, only for Facebook friends, people who have joined in live. I want to make sure that they get the highest benefit of it, right? So this is one thing. So we have added something more for people right now, that as we move forward in this journey, we have one more gift for you guys. So that is to actually giving access to our amazing community. Right now, our system right now is incubated in College Innovators. As a system is incubated right now in Niti Aayog, Atal Innovation Mission, Atal Innovation Center, NITE, right? So where you are going to get a 3-day access for our community, just to experience how is it going to be. This is like awesome experience that what you are going to have in our community, just to experience like how is it going to be. This is what you are going to get, this special thing. So you just need to fill the Google form, like same Google form. You're going to get the access for this training as well, and this as well, right? So you're going to get these two together, right? So for making it happen, so make sure that you actually get it forward. And one thing that as a blueprint that I want to actually make sure that you have been having patiently listening and making it happen. Thank you so much. Here is where how to do it, sir, like how to become independent. Here is something that I have for you. So make sure that you listen carefully from here onwards, right? So the first thing that I understood, the foremost thing, the very important thing to become independent is that you have to start with heart set, something that gets resonated with, like what to get started, sir. Like that is where I started with a resonation of getting into the orphanage center. That is where I felt something to give, right? Otherwise, like we focus on doing this, that, like you have to see what is that you resonate yourself with, right? That is where I found myself that I love being with people. I love supporting people who value what we value, right? And that is where everything started. So you got to actually focus on the heart set a lot. This is very important principle to focus on, right? So what is heart set? I'll give you some examples. Think about soldiers, guys, today, right? Think about soldiers. So soldiers are the people who actually, they could have actually only protected their house only, no? But they said, no, I'm going to protect the nation. They had that great heart set to serve as many people as possible, right? And that is very important. You got to have that heart set where, like, soldiers are the people who are ready to actually ready to die for ready to die for people that they don't even know. Like, for example, we may not be knowing them, but still they are ready to die. Like, if you love soldiers, show some love to the soldiers. Show some love to the soldiers if you're in live right now, right? So it's very important. They're ready to die. Like, they had that heart set. I really wonder, like, fascination. Wow, fantastic, right? So they are very patriotic for the nation. They're ready to even die. And so think about farmers, right? So think about farmers. Even farmers have that particular heart set, right? So they could have grown only food to their house only, no? But they said, no, I'm going to grow the food for as many people as possible as well. They had that heart set to grow, right? Think about, right? Like, if farmers would have said, I'm not actually going to grow food, right? Only I'm going to grow the food for myself only. We should be actually working in the farmland today. Getting it what I'm saying? Every individual. Thank God they're actually growing for us, right? Making us supporting. So they had that particular heart set to actually support. So same thing with the soldiers. If they wouldn't have actually grown, like if they wouldn't have been in the borders, what would have happened today? Right, we should be actually fighting like Chinese, Pakistanis would be somewhere around here, right? So it's very great that some people are having that heart set, but why don't we actually build that for ourselves to become independent as well? Today, think about the today's youths, right? So what is actually happening? So most of us, like, if I get a job, that is enough. We are only thinking about ourselves, but we are not thinking about how can I create job for as many people that I don't even know, right? And that is very, very important. So how can I create possibility in many people's life? So that is the heart set that you need to start with, right? So then comes the mindset. So mindset is very, very important to get started being independent. So that mindset to actually serve, like I'll tell you the mindset of soldiers, right? So they have this very, very clearly, like, if I come back home, think about it, it gives goosebumps, right? So they say this very, very clearly, like when they actually have wife and their kids, this is what they are going to say, right? So if I come back alive, I'm going to fly the tricolors and come back happily, right? If I die, I will be wrapped in that tricolor, right? And I'm going to come back again, right? So even though I die or I am alive, I'm going to make it happen, right? That is the mindset. Think about it, like for example, if people are like this, right? If soldiers are like, who, like, people think skill set is very important, I got to build skills. No, heart set and mindset is very important. If only people are skilled, no, the problem is if army people are only skilled, then they do not have heart set and mindset, then what do you know what will happen when the enemy comes? No, they will be fearful. Hey, no, my wife is there, my kids are there, I got to go back home. No, they do not do that. They fight for the nation, they fight for people that they don't even know. Same thing as a system builder. We always say that system builders are the freedom fighters of today, right? Which means that people who want to create more jobs in the society, right? Who want to build skills, who want to build profile, who want to build system, who want to build themselves, having that heart set to do something more. Today's youth has to come forward, right? So today, if we are just thinking job, the reason why we have scarcity in job is because everybody is thinking about themselves, about just job. No, we got to become job creators. That is when the possibility is really, really strong. So that is where we have to make this country proud again, guys. That is where we have to make this country proud. So it's very, very important that we make this country really, really proud. So I hope that you understand. So once you have heart set, mindset, and skill set, you got to work on building your offline system. You got to work on building your online systems. That is where you will be able to serve as many people as possible as pillars. I'm giving you as pillars, right? You got to work in trading and investing as a system, and you also need to focus on real estate. These are the four vehicles that system builders works on, creating a lot more impact in various different places, right? And that is when you are going to have the crown of being independent, right? So the crown of being independent comes with responsibility. I always say that, right? So you being into that independent stage comes with responsibility of you making sure that many people also get the same experience that what you are getting, right? That is the reason why I'll be making sure that I'll be coming as many live as possible to support you and serve you. I hope that this session was really, really awesome. I want you to actually share it in the comment box, like what were your greatest takeaway, what were your greatest lesson, and we'll be doing more and more because I know for sure that you too have been actually watching this. So thank you so much for making it happen. We are going to come back again with a lot more lives like this, lot more sessions. Keep like, if you haven't actually followed this page, make sure that you follow this page so that whenever we go live, you're going to get the notifications. Fill the form, Google form, to actually get this amazing trainings, right? And also make sure that you can connect to us in various different platforms like Facebook, Instagram. I'll be posting a lot of posts. Make sure that you follow on me, Instagram and YouTube. A lot of things will be actually happening. So make sure that we look forward to see you in the coming live session. Share this particular video with as many people as possible. Let them, like whoever needs this message to hear, right? So where they get some hope. So we have done this job, right? So I'm very, very happy. Thank you so much for making it happen, guys. Look forward to see you in the next live session. So if you want more and more live session like this, keep liking this, and also share in what is that topic that needs to be covered in the next live session, so that we are going to take up that as a challenge. So what is that live session that what you want in the next live session? I'll be taking that forward, and look forward to see you guys. So tata, bye bye. Thank you so much for supporting till now. Thank you. Right, so fantastic guys, that was really really amazing from all of you. Thank you so much.